Tonight was, and I don't think there's any other way to put this, a nightmare for Buccaneers fans. Not only did they get completely rolled by the Baltimore Ravens, which we'll probably talk about in a later video, they've lost two of their most important weapons in Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. We'll talk about the Chris Godwin injury first, and this one is pretty tough to watch. Worst of all, this came in complete nonsense time. The Bucs were down 2-score, under a minute left. Godwin takes a hit, and afterwards, and I'm no doctor here, but his left foot is pointing in the wrong direction. I'm going to link down below to a Twitter video by Jesse Morse, who is a doctor. He said there's a small chance that it's just a dislocation, but more realistically, this is a fracture and obviously a season-ending injury, which I think most of us would suspect, but it's always good to hear from the medical professionals. Although, of course, he only watched it on TV like the rest of us. Godwin is off to the hospital tonight, so hopefully we'll know more soon. ESPN refused to show the replay. It's pretty brutal. Probably best that we only got this faraway broadcast angle. It really sucks for the player too, having just rehabbed his ACL. We'll come back to him in a minute, but the Bucs also lost Mike Evans, who appeared to re-injure his hamstring. I assume he'll be placed on IR, which means he'll miss a minimum of 4 games. Either way, to call this bad for the Bucs is probably an understatement. Godwin has been playing slot. He's looked like one of the most dominant players in the NFL. He was on his way to his 4th straight 1,000-yard season and is currently tied for 2nd in touchdowns in the NFL and also 2nd for receiving yards. Mike Evans, of course, another really important weapon, 5th fastest receiver to 100 touchdowns, which he got tonight. Future Hall of Famer, aiming for 11 straight 1,000-yard seasons. That's the record set by Jerry Rice. Obviously, it's going to be more difficult now. Either way, let me know what you thought of the injuries, the players, and the game. Again, I think Baltimore rolled them. That's putting it lightly. Lamar Jackson threw for 5. Derrick Henry was running over people, but again, we'll talk about that later.